Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredibly powerful day. First of all, happy Father's Day to everyone who is watching, who is celebrating. Thank you to my amazing father, and I'm so happy to be here at home to be able to be with him and to celebrate him today. Hi, Bex. Welcome. Hello to everyone. Such a special day, right? It's Father's Day. Today is the new moon. Today is the new moon in the sign of Cancer. Today is also the summer solstice. And for the Big Bang, today is also the solar eclipse. Okay, so in tonight's session, we're going to go deeply into every single one of those things because it's very, very important to talk about them separately, and then we'll talk about them collectively, what it means to us, how we can utilize that energy to work for us, because it can definitely work against us if we're not careful. We're going to look how we can observe, best use that energy and make it work for us, and then also plant some seeds for the month ahead. And of course, we'll finish with an activation meditation. An activation meditation is essentially taking everything that we've done and then doing an amazing manifestation with those things that we've been working on that we want to bring new energy into. And so, hello, Yvette. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Wendy. Thank you so much for your kind regards as a future father, God willing. Thank you. And thank you to everyone. So let's talk. So first of all, let's speak about the new moon. Okay, let's talk about the new moon in Cancer. Now, most of the time, the new moon is the time we want to start and begin new things. Okay, beginning new things is when we plant new seeds, right? They used to say that when the harvest would happen, the farmers would actually go out and plant seeds on the new moon. Why? We want to plant new seeds in the new moon because the sun is the moon is the furthest away from the planet. When the moon is the furthest away, it has the least effect on us. Okay? Why is that important? Because if you ever notice when there's a full moon, all of the tides are affected. Things are affected. The tide is affected. All the waters of the world are affected. And because we are like 90% water or something like that, we're also affected. So when the moon is at its fullest, that's when we're the most affected. So with the new moon, we have kind of the ability to be able to plant new seeds, do new things with complete freedom. Okay. Hi, Irina. So happy you could join us, and I miss you too. So normally we would take the opportunity for a new moon to plant new seeds, right? Not this new moon, guys. Okay, not this new moon. This is not a new moon that we want to start new things. Why is that? Because we have two aspects that are really, really, really a problem, a challenge. Let's use the word a challenge, an opportunity. Those two aspects are, number one, we entered Mercury retrograde last week, and we're also in Venus retrograde. Okay, both two things that we want to be very conscientious of while not starting new things. Okay, what we can do, however, is if we started them before Mercury retrograde, great, don't worry about it, keep doing it. It's just brand new things that we don't want to do. And I heard something really, really cool today too. Somebody said, if you have a project that may have been dead for a while, you can revamp it during this time. Anything that has to do with the word revamp, reinvent, reinvigorate, that's what we can do for Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde will take us another 2.5 weeks. So in the next 2.5 weeks, in the first half of the sign of Cancer, that's what we want to do. That's what we want to be conscientious of. Maybe reinventing things that may have been dormant in our lives. This is a great time to inject that energy. But also, you can plan, okay? So if you have been thinking about something, that's okay. You've been dreaming about a project that you want to do, or you've been working on a book, great. You just don't want those things to come out into the light right now. You don't want to release a book. You don't want to do things like that. You want to keep them really, really concealed during this time, okay? So Here we are, new moon in the sign of Cancer. So Cancer is the sign of the crab, right? You've ever noticed in astrology, it's the sign of the crab. What we know about Cancer is that Cancers they carry their shell on their back. So their shell is their home. So what we know about Cancers are very, very much homebodies. They love their home. They love to be nurtured in their home. They love their home is their sanctuary, right? It's a very sacred space to them. If their home doesn't feel safe, then they don't feel safe. If it's not comfortable, then they're not comfortable. If it's unsettled, then they will be unsettled. So this month, we want to pay really close attention to our environment, where we live, how we feel nurtured. Cancer is a sign of nurturing. It's a sign of care. It's a sign of compassion. It's also, what else can I tell you about Cancer? It's very sensitive. Cancers are very, very sensitive. And they're very sensitive, and they also have very deep emotions and deep, deep, deep intuition. So what does this mean for you? What it means, my friends, is that while we're under this influence for the next 30 days, all of us are going to have the amazing ability and have access to these traits. We're going to tap into that energy of Cancer and see how we can make it work for us in our lives. What is it that you want to revive about your home? Now is a great time to, if you feel like redecorating, you can think, oh, I want to move this here or do that there. This is a great time to do that. Things having to do with your home, things having to do with what nurtures and nourishes you. Maybe you've been thinking about going on a diet or revamping your lifestyle, your physical lifestyle to take care of your body. Your body is also a home, right? Your body is a temple for your soul. Maybe you've been thinking about that. I want you to keep doing the planning, but we're not going to jump into actually doing it until Mercury retrograde is over with. So maybe right now you take the time to look at what kind of diet systems work for you, or what gym you want to go join, or whatever. You can do the research. There you go with the word re and retrograde. You can do the research, but don't take new actions, okay? Don't take those actions right now. Do all the research, gather all the research, and then you can go for it when Mercury retrograde is over on the 12th of July. So revamping, reorganizing, reinvigorating, everything we want to do with the home, nurturing and taking care of us. We also want to be very, very conscious of our emotions. Okay. Cancer is a sign that is the water of the water. Okay. Every sign has a main aspect, and then it has a supporting aspect, a supporting element, an external energy and an internal energy. And Cancer is double water. So for example, a sign like Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign, but it's the air of the earth, right? So Cancer is the water of the water. So it's double extra watery. And when there's more water, there's more sensitivity, more emotions, more intuition. So it's an amazing, amazing time to focus on your intuition. Focus on your intuition. Go deep, go deep, go deep. Learn something new that has to do with your intuition. Study healing. Study, a new spiritual practice that's going to help you revamp and reinvigorate your intuition. Now is the time to really hone in on those skills, because, guys, our intuition will never, ever, ever deceive us. And I know that sounds like something that I hear people saying, well, that's not true, because I had this scenario when my intuition told me to do this and something went wrong. If your intuition told you to do it, it's not wrong. I can guarantee you that it led you in the right direction and will continue to lead you in the right direction. It's our mind and our ego that gets in our way. Okay. So if you are somebody who is very headstrong, but you have Cancer in your elements, like Aries and Cancer together, that's a combo where you have someone who's really, really in their head, but really deep with their emotions. So they're going against each other a lot. You want to be able to calm the mind this month to tap into your intuition. Okay, calm your mind, tap into your intuition, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Okay, so that's the broad perspective of what the sign of Cancer is and what we can expect in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is a time when we want to really work on ourselves, okay? Really work on ourselves. It's not the time necessarily to do things like, getting married or all those other kind of things. I will tell you, though, it is a great time to buy a new home or do here we go with the again, renovations, all those kind of things. Okay. But of course, best if we wait until at least Venus is out of retrograde and then Mercury is out of retrograde, which we're going to talk about later. Okay. So that's the Cancer sign. So let's talk about the solstice. So here we are, the longest day of the year, right? The sun is at its zenith. It is 7:40, and I'm looking out at my parents' lawn in Florida. And I'll tell you what, all of this light that I have coming at me, I wish I had it all the time, because it's like, bam, in your face, right? So much sun. It's so beautiful. This is what we are all waiting for. There's an amazing observation that I heard. It's a story from the Tao, actually. You know, you've seen the yin and the yang, right? I'm actually going to put it up. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm just going to put it up because I found this really cool thing. So you have the yin and the yang, and you look at the yin and the yang symbol, right? And it's the black and the white symbol. And the black and the white are equal. And then there's a dot in between them with the opposing color, right? So I want you to imagine that in the winter solstice, when we begin the ascent to having this day, the longest day of the year, we chase after the sun, right? We chase after the light. We chase after this opportunity to really become in our full power, okay? The sun represents power, also represents ego. It represents everything that gives us life. It gives us energy. So beginning on the winter solstice, it's like our soul is running towards the summer solstice when the sun is at the brightest. We run and we run and we run and we run and we run, and then we get here to June 21st. The sun is at its zenith. We have this moment where we have all this maximum energy, and then tomorrow, what? All of a sudden, that energy starts to be depleted. Hi, Mia. Hi, Jill. So happy to see you guys. So then our energy starts to be depleted, right? The days get shorter, and then we start to come down and come down and come down. So now I want you to think about that. I'm going to put it back up if you're watching on Facebook. I want you to think about the yin and the yang. So I want you to imagine that the dark part of the yin has been going to find the yang, and then all of a sudden the yang takes over, and it's just this perfect symmetry. However, there's that one dot that is contained in each. And that one dot is kind of like our oasis. Okay? So even when we're chasing the sun and we have those dark moments, we always have that one oasis of light. Okay? So in the next 6 months, when we're racing towards the winter solstice so that we can get back to chasing the light, let's remember that even in those times, there is always that oasis of light that we can always tap into. There's always that oasis that we can feed off of, that will nourish us, that will take care of us. I want you to think about who or what that is in your life. Not who. Think about what that is. What is it that gives you that energy to keep running the marathon? Okay, so as the days begin to get shorter and shorter and shorter, you're going to start to feel that change of energy. We always do, right? So you notice also when you're watching, when in the fall, when all of a sudden all of the energy in the fall, everything starts to become comfortable. You know, you get your pumpkin spice latte, and you walk in the leaves, and the leaves are crashing, and it feels great. That's this comfort of things slowing down, right? So the sun is moving away from us. So in the next 6 months, when we have this opportunity to have these energies, let's remember that we can always tap into that little dot that's in the yin and the yang, that extra energy. It's always there for us, even though it might not be at its fullest potential now. Okay, so that is the summer solstice. But today, what's really, really crazy that we haven't seen in a very long time, we have the solar eclipse, okay? The solar eclipse that is happening today on the new moon of Cancer. So a solar eclipse is a jolt of energy that pops at you out of nowhere and all of a sudden creates these ripple effects in your life. Now, to better illustrate this, I had a thought to share with you. Have you ever been to, oh, how about this? Since we're in the month of Cancer, let's use this analogy. Have you ever had a really great party? All right, I want you to imagine, let's go on the journey together. I want you to imagine that you're having this really, really, really great party, right? It's an amazing party. You've been waiting a long time for this party. You've got the right dishes. You've hired a DJ. It's going to be all candlelight and all sexy, and it's going to be beautiful. Everybody's bringing their favorite alcohol, their liquor, whatever. So you setting up this beautiful party, and all of your friends come. And all of your friends come, and they come to take part and to be a part of this amazing opportunity that you've created for them. And the night goes on, and everybody gets looser and looser and looser. Maybe there's somebody in the corner smoking a joint or this or that, and all of a sudden things get darker and darker and darker and sexier and sexier and sexier, and you're feeling, wow, this is amazing, this is amazing. And all of a sudden everybody leaves, and you're so tired, you pass out. It's pitch black. Pitch black, you pass out, and all of a sudden the sun comes beating through the window and wakes you up. And all of a sudden you look around you and you see dirty glasses. You see that maybe someone had a cigarette, the joint fell on the couch, and now there's a burn or a hole. You see that maybe there was a wine stain somewhere from somebody. All of a sudden you see everything that's wrong, everything that's ugly, everything that's unattractive. And all of a sudden, that party that you had the night before wasn't so sexy. It wasn't so beautiful. It wasn't so amazing. You might still have the memories. You might still take them with you. But what are you going to do next? You are going to probably get to cleaning so that you can restore your home back to its original beauty and maybe even make it more beautiful. I want to use this analogy so that you can understand what is happening with the eclipse. So all of a sudden, you thought that the most amazing thing you could do was to have this beautiful party. You invited everybody, and then everybody had fun. And then the next day, all of a sudden, you see what a mess you made. You're probably gonna have to have your furniture repaired. It's gonna cost you 10 times as much as the party did to get everything fixed and back in order. And then all of a sudden, you might have been like, well, maybe I would do something different next time. Right? So you have a different idea of what you could do that would be fun, right? So you have gained a broader perspective, if you will. This is what's happening to us right now with the eclipse. Those things, those limitations that you thought at one time were all you needed to have fun or to feel good or whatever, to make you happy, to make you satisfied, to make you feel like you had what you needed. That is all about to change because the light is coming on, okay? That magnitude of light, all of a sudden, that energy is going to move, and you're going to be this sun, this energy, the energy of the sun, the energy of power is going to flood into your life right now. What do you want? The ad that I created is, are you receiving, would you want more? Are you happy with what you're receiving? And that's what this energy is about. Ask yourself, how can I expand my potential right now? Because we're in Mercury retrograde, this is the time to actually do all of the learning, to thinking about it, to helping to grow from it. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? How can I do more? Again, not the time to take the action. The action will come in August. Right now, building that desire. What can I do? What will make me have more fun? Where can I go? Who can I see? What can I experience? More. If at any point in your life you have thought that you were selfish because you were asking for too much, tonight we're going to abandon those old beliefs because now is the time. The world needs you to reveal that energy. Expansion. There is going to be some uncomfortability in that expansion. And because we're in the sign of Cancer, Cancer's like comfort, therefore it's going to be extra uncomfortable in the month of Cancer, on the new moon of Cancer. Expansion. Lots of changes. Stay calm, relax, go in. Remember, follow our intuition. Our intuition needs to be our guide, not our ego. Okay? Expansion. What can you contribute? How can you contribute? What is next for you? We're going to do all those downloads in the meditation here in a few minutes. So, some cool things about this energy that I want to share with you that I learned today from one of my absolute favorite astrologers and Kabbalah teachers. His name is Gal Sasson. If you want to ever follow him, I highly recommend checking it out. His website is cosmicnavigator.com. He's an incredible astrologer and also an incredible Kabbalah teacher. I did not study Kabbalah with him, but I also learned astrology from him, and I think he's genius. So I learned something incredible from him today. Okay? I don't know if you guys are paying attention. There's so much going on in the world that we're kind of being ghostlit from something that's happening over here. So there was a kerfuffle. What do you want to call it? I don't want to call it a war, an uprising or something on the border between China and India. Okay? Anybody paying attention to the geopolitics that's going on right now? First of all, it's always been a thing because it is a border that has no borders, right? Because it's way, way up in the Himalayas. It's very hard. It's a very gray area. India claims it. China claims it. It's close to Tibet. Like China thinks that, this is ours. India thinks it's theirs. It's one of this whole things. It's always been a global thing. Well, this week, and they have some kind of peace understanding that they refuse to use weapons, right? Like guns. However, this week they decided that, so the fighting all has to be with hands, right? It has to be with your hands. So they decided to go at each other all of a sudden this week. Everything's been, let's say, status quo for a while. And this week, all of a sudden, all of this tension is happening between China and India at the border. So people were dying left and right. Crazy stuff is happening, all kinds of drama. So that's happening there. Here in America, we're going through the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay. So this has been happening. It's really coming to a crescendo, and it's probably going to become even more intense in the next few weeks. So we have the Black Lives Matter here. We have the border. The thing that's happening on the border between China and India. This erupted. And guess where the eclipse, the solar eclipse, is emerging from? This is crazy to me. This is why I love astrology, guys. You cannot deny the stars. The solar eclipse is moving out. It's right above Africa, okay? And it hits its zenith. It hits its highest point right above the China-India border. Do you understand what I'm saying? The eclipse starts, you see it over Africa, and it moves, and it's at its highest at the India-China border. So here we are at a time and place in which all of these things are going to become really significant, okay? Now, the other thing Gal said, which I found completely fascinating, there's something called Saturn returns, and Saturn returns happens every 28 years, 28 to 30 years. So do you remember what happened 28 years in America, 28-ish years ago in America, in Los Angeles? Essentially, it was the birth of the the modern Black Lives Matters movement. It was the Rodney King uprising in California. 28 years before that, Martin Luther King. So because we have this aspect, this Saturn returning at this place, at this specific time, we're going to see this happen in the world until we get it right, guys. Until we get it right. And that's why right now is the time that we have to choose to get it right. We have to choose for us to get it right. We have to choose that now, when the lights come on, we are going to be a positive force. We are going to be the change that you see in the world. We're not going to take away from what you see in the world. We're going to be contributor, not a detractor. I guess that's the word, right? That's where we are right now, guys. How can we be a contributor? How can we be a contributor? That's the energy for our meditation today. About this week. The first half of the week, please lay low. Just really go inside, guys. No need to have any crazy conversations, no crazy confrontations. Don't go out and meet people new. Now is not a time to go on a first date. Just be aware. I want to caveat that by saying on a first date with somebody who you met during this time. If you met them before Mercury retrograde, before 2 weeks ago, fine, great. But right now, don't start anything new. Don't start anything new, but especially for the first half of the week. And also Venus is in retrograde. Venus is a sign of love, and it's a sign of beauty. Many of you probably have been wanting to tell your lovers, partners, spouses, person you're dating something serious. Whether you want to marry them or whether you want to take them out and take them to the next level, whether you want to introduce them to your parents, or maybe because you want a divorce, maybe because you want to end a relationship, or maybe you want something to change. Maybe you've been working this energy up inside of you. Like, I want to have this conversation with my loved one. I want to have this conversation. I want to have this conversation. When Venus is in retrograde, now is not the time to have the conversation, especially with Mercury being the planet of communication. Don't have those conversations now, okay? This week, though, Venus will go stagnant or stale on Wednesday, and then it will go direct on Friday. Once it goes direct, then you can start to really begin to work on your relationships more. If you feel the need to go on a date, fine. Although I really think you should wait until Mercury retrograde is over with. But there are some things that you can play with there. But really what we're seeing is this week is kind of intense. It's really, really intense until the moon hits Virgo. And the moon hits Virgo on Friday. Once the moon hits Virgo on Friday, it's going to be a lighter, more feminine, more kind energy. And then we can begin to, we'll feel a little bit lighter after that. Okay. So, oh, Jill, interesting. No regrets though. Remember, we know that everything happens for a reason. So just to share with those of you who are listening, Jill said, "Ugh, I already did." So guys, a lot of us have done a lot of things that we weren't aware of, right? And it's also our belief that's attached to them. I will tell you the one thing that I have learned from from Theta Healing, from working with Theta Healing, working on the subconscious mind and working with our beliefs. Our beliefs really, really, really are the driving force behind everything. So the universe has its beliefs and then we have our beliefs. Okay. So guess what, Jill, guess what? You can do some belief work on it and it's going to be fine. And remember that everything happens in a divine timing. No regrets, guys. No regrets. Please understand everything that I say to you. We have power above the stars. We really, really do. Don't become a victim to the stars. Know that we always have free will. There's a law in the universe called free will, and the law of free will goes above the universe. So you might be asking me, why do I do this? Why do I talk about astrology? I'll tell you why. Because astrology is it's like the mold, okay? It's the mold. It's the push and the pull. When you see things happening around you, there's a divine reason. There's a divine plan. We have our own inner mold and there's an outer mold. You can change your mold, guys. You can totally change your mold. So the whole world can be collapsing and you can be experiencing a pure bliss paradise. That's where I want us all to get to that place where every single one of us is unbreakable, unshakable within inside of us. It doesn't matter what's happening on the world. We're here. Okay. So all that being said, let's dive in and let's do a meditation. So the meditation that we're going to do tonight is called an activation. This is my own little creation. Many of you have done this with me before. I use a technique which is based in the Theta Healing technique, which is an incredible modality created by Vienna Steibel. Myself and my dear friend Jill and Mia, there are some Theta Healing teachers actually that are on the call today. And Theta Healing is a modality that works with the subconscious mind, okay? Works with the subconscious mind because we know that our consciousness is creating our reality. Therefore, because our consciousness is creating our reality, what is showing up in our life is a direct result of our beliefs, our subconscious beliefs specifically. Okay? So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to take you in, I'm going to take you down, and we're going to go into a theta brainwave. And from the theta brainwave, we're going to push and pull and remove some things, activate some things within us, and then we're going to create downloads. Downloads are just, imagine them as little pockets of energy that are coming into our lives to completely change our energy instantly. Okay, we remove limiting beliefs, we replace them with supporting downloads, positive beliefs. You might sit here, if this is your first time, you might sit here and think, wow, that's kind of magical. You're right, it is magical. The universe is magical, the energy is magical. And guess what? You can have absolutely anything you want, and you can have it right now. It's just a matter of whether or not you believe that you can, or if you're ready. Okay, so let's get ready. So in the activation, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go up into theta. I'm going to give you some downloads, and then we're going to activate our ability to resonate with this energy. Okay, we're going to tap into that, and we're going to download that we are impervious to the negative effects of these astrological influences, and that we know how to use them in our highest and best and easiest way. Okay, I'll take you there. We're going to get there. We're going to go there now. Hi, Auntie. My Auntie Brenda is watching. We had an amazing week together in Sarasota. Got to spend a lot of time at the beach, reorganizing our own personal internal computer, realigning. It was amazing, as always. Okay, so let's close our eyes and open our hands. When we open our hands, guys, we're just uncross your legs, open your hands, showing the universe, showing the creator of all that is that you are ready. You are ready to receive, you are open to receive, and now is the time. You can lay your hands on your thighs. You know, it's so funny, I've been so tired all day long. And then all of a sudden, when this energy, when we sat down to do this, all of a sudden I feel like I'm going a zillion miles a minute. I hope haven't been going too fast for you guys. So we'll begin to like wind it down here in the meditation. We'll calm down, we'll pull our energy in. Okay, so the first thing I want us to do is I just want us to really thank yourself. Thank yourself for showing up tonight. Thank yourself for taking the time. Thank yourself for being together. You know, guys, the reason that I love doing these things is because I feel your energy, and I hope that you feel each other's energy. We are stronger and more powerful in numbers. And the more we come together to meditate and co-create, the better our world is. And I'm so thankful for each of you taking the time this evening to be a part of this, to contribute your energy. Okay, so now I just want you to take in the sounds of the room around you. Take in all of this energy that you feel. You may be buzzing. I'm completely buzzing right now. Like every cell in my being is just vibrating. Feel that buzzing, feel that vibration, feel that sensation. And now what I want you to do is I want you to take your focus and focus inside your heart. And imagine that inside your heart there's this beautiful ball of light. And this ball of light is pure peace. It's pure love. It's pure understanding. It's pure compassion. It knows all of your secrets. It knows everything you've been through every single lifetime. It is your best friend. It is your ally. It is your support. So I want you to focus your attention on that ball of light, and I want you to witness that ball of light growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And as your ball of light expands, you can see yourself in that ball of light. And expand your ball of light to the chair that you're on, the table, the computer, the room that you're in, the house that you're in, and the people who are in the house with you, becoming one with all this energy in that building, in that location. And now I want you to extend out into the land and the sky that are around you. Feel the rich history that has walked on this land before you. Allow that energy to become one with you. Allow yourself to remember all the lessons that you've learned on that land, and expand your energy out beyond the land into the city and the town that you're in. And as you extend out further than that, you come to the state and the country, and your ball of light expands out further to the continent that you're in and the bodies of water that surround the continent. Expand out from there until you touch neighboring continents, and suddenly you're one with the entire globe. And you feel this beautiful, powerful, earth-like energy one with you. But I want you to keep expanding out from the earth into space. Expand out past planets and galaxies in the Milky Way. And keep going further and further and further. Out past the physical realm of the universe into a different spiritual dimension. Entering different layers of light, some dark, but expand out through those. And expand out past those until you come to a golden-like layer, which feels warm. Extend out past the golden-like layer until you come to a beautiful jelly-like substance layer that feels almost like liquid. And as you feel that energy pulsating in through every cell of your body, you extend out past that, further and further and further, until you come to this beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And as you emerge with this law of compassion, you feel this energy all over you. And you extend out past the law of compassion and emerge with the seventh plane of all that is, every atom and molecule into creation that ever has been and ever will be. You become one, and you feel this pearly-like essence all over your body. And you can feel this tingling sensation pulsating through the top of your head. This is your pineal gland being activated. Remember, this tingling sensation that's all over your body now is a healing sensation. Allow yourself to feel into that. And what I want you to do is I just want you to hold this vibration and feel this incredible unconditional love. I'm going to offer you some downloads before we create the activation. So in order to receive a download, all you have to do is say yes. You can say yes in your mind's eye. No need to say anything out loud. Just say it out loud, or say it to your mind's eye to accept it into your subconscious. So first of all, the first thing I want to do here is we want to ground you, okay? So would you like to know what it feels like, and that you know how to handle all of this energy, and that you know how to remain grounded in all of this energy? If you would like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like, and that you know how to navigate your life from a higher perspective and know that the universe is here to support you? If you would like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to know that you're supported? Would you like to know what it feels like to know that you're worthy of being supported, and that you know how to be supported, and you know how to support yourself? And would you like to know what it feels like to care for yourself, to nurture yourself, to love yourself, to have compassion for yourself? If you would like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to tap into your intuition, to trust your intuition, to not be afraid of your intuition, and to know that your intuition is your guide? If you would like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like, and that you know how to do so and be so for others with boundaries. Very, very interesting. We talk about boundaries in the month of Cancer because sometimes it's hard for Cancers to have boundaries. So would you like to know how to have those energetic boundaries in your life? How to say no? How to confront proactively? Would you like to know what it feels like and that you know how to confront proactively, and that to confront proactively, you can actually use that energy to help you, to propel you forward? If you would like that, say yes. Would you like to know that it's safe to do so? Yes. Would you like to know how to speak your truth and speak your mind? Would you like to know how to choose the right words? If you would like that, say yes. Would you like to know what it feels like to look inside, to turn your attention inside when you're so distracted on the outside? So if you suffer with anxiety or have any of this energy that happens in your world, guys, we can always just take that energy and focus it in. Okay? So would you like to know how to do that? And that you're worthy of doing that, and it's safe for you to do that? Would you like to have balanced, mature emotions, to know how to stand your ground with your emotions, to utilize your emotions, and to not allow them to get the best of you? Okay? So you can feel that expansion in your chest. You know, the heart chakra is the chakra that we protect the most. We want to download you that you're safe to open your heart this month. You're safe to open your heart to yourself. If you'd like that, say yes. Beautiful. Would you like to know the Creator's definition of a home? What it feels like to have a home? That you know that you always have a home. No matter what, you always have a home. Would you like to know that? Would you like to know how to always feel safe and secure in your home? And how to find where that place is? Would you like to know how to claim your home as your home? Beautiful. Some of you, I'm getting this message that you're feeling really tested in your life right now. I understand, my friends. I understand. So I want to offer you this distinct perspective. What happens when you take a test? You either pass it or you fail it, right? What's the worst thing that happens? If you fail a test, guys, you take it again. It comes back for you to take it. And what's the best thing about passing a test? That you go to the next level, right? So if you feel like you're failing a test, I want you to give yourself some credit. I want you to really understand that you may be feeling overwhelmed. You may be feeling like there's a lot on your plate right now. And that's human. And you don't have to take the test yet. You can just continue to learn your lessons. You get to choose. Would you like to know what it feels like to learn your lessons with love? To learn your lessons with ease and joy and glory? Would you like to know that it's safe for you to learn your lessons, and that by learning your lessons, you always get to move to the next level? I know you're scared. Would you like to know what it feels like to be in your power and to have courage when you're scared? Yeah. So there's a lot of different things that are going to come your way if they're not already, okay? Things that are going to come up out of the blue. Amazing things, great things, Also some challenging things. Curveballs, curveballs, curveballs. There's a lot of curveballs that are going to come to fruition in the next 2 weeks. Okay? I want you to be an amazing, amazing catcher of those curveballs. An all-star catcher. I want you to be able to catch those curveballs and throw them where you want them to go. I want you to be the master of those curveballs. So they're also mentioning something about illusions. So there's some illusions that are playing on and playing into your life right now. So would you like to know how to have clarity with those things that are illusions in your life? Would you like to know how to see the truth, to not be confused? If you would like that, say yes. Amazing. So the clouds will begin to part towards the end of the week. Okay? Clouds will begin to part by the end of the week. Again, please remember, if you're feeling confused, don't try to figure things out. Just let things be. Would you like to know how to let things be? Would you like to release yourself from getting too attached to trying to figure things out? Would you like to know that it's okay and that the Creator is going to show you no matter what? There's no situation in your life that you will not have clarity for. I promise you. Okay? Would you like to know how to have that trust and that faith in the universe and the Creator of all that is? Yeah. So I feel this need to actually do a healing for you guys. If you would like to, I want to do a healing and I want to purify the waters of your body. Okay? So I want to activate the pH levels in your body. So we have something that's called a pH balance. Maybe you've heard of it. So some of us, I feel as though the pH balance in your body is a little off. Maybe not for all of you, but for some of you. So would you like to, do I have your permission to balance the pH levels in your body right now? Thank you. And also, do I have your permission to balance the minerals in your body? You know, if you think of our body like the ocean, the body has rocks, right? And sometimes those rocks get moved around, and then once those rocks get moved around, the water flows in a different direction, right? Let's use the image of a stream, actually. I see a stream. So you see a stream and there's a big rock. The water has to go around the rock. So imagine if you move the rock and then all of a sudden the water can flow freely. So the first thing we're doing is we're balancing the pH levels in your body. We balance the pH levels so that literally the texture of the water is a different vibration. And so as the texture of the vibration increases, now why we are doing a harmonizing or a balancing of your minerals is because we're going to move those minerals, imagine, are the rocks in the stream. So we're going to push them to the side. We're going to find the strength and the courage to push them to the side so that that energy, that water can flow freely in our lives and in our body. Okay? So feel that. If you are feeling also, so there's a download I want to give you. Would you like to know what it feels like to taste the sweetness of life? And that you are worthy of tasting the sweetness of life. Sometimes when we are lacking the sweetness of life, we chase sweets in our lives. And that creates a thicker, like simple syrup, sugar water. Imagine your body, all of a sudden the sugar, you have this thick sugar water from the amount of sugar that you have in your body. So I want to actually have your permission, if we can download you with what it feels like to taste the sweetness of life, so that we can also maybe balance your sugar as well, if we have permission to balance your sugar levels as well. So if you've been feeling heavy, that's probably why, guys. If you've been feeling heavy, maybe you've been focused too much on that, okay? Okay, great. So I just heard this like gong, felt this vibration through my whole body. So it feels like we are aligned and we are together now. Okay, so now let's activate. So what I want you to do is I want you to really come back to this place of the seventh plane, right? When I was telling you about the tingling sensation all over your body, return there. And now I just want you to sit there, and I'm going to command that we're activated, that our energy is activated and elevated in the highest and best and easiest way, so that we can utilize all this energy to help us, to guide us, to strengthen us, and to support us in the month ahead. In the month and the months ahead. The solar eclipse actually lasts a long time. The energy is felt for a long time. Okay, so if you like all that, please say yes. I just want you to sit there. Now what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that there's this energy that is pouring through the top of your crown. It's pouring in through your crown, in through your head, going down through your throat and your heart, and you feel this energy. And as you feel and witness this energy, you see your entire body light up with these magical, magical, magical lights. Okay, all these atoms and molecules are activated for you. And now just sit there for a second while I transfer the energy to you. Would you like to know how to have balance in your life, and that it's safe for you to have balance in your life? Would you like to know that you're worthy of capturing this energy and holding this energy and keeping it for yourself, keeping it to use in your life? If you would like that, say yes. Now I want you to take a second. I want you to witness yourself utilizing this energy in the best way imaginable. Okay? Actually witness yourself physically as almost this incredibly divine superhero that's able to use and share this wisdom and this knowledge and this light and this energy to help others. Now I'd like to download you that you're impervious to the negative effects of Mercury and Venus in retrograde. If you would like that, say yes. Great. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to put your hands together in prayer position. Rub your palms together. Really, 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 really fast, generating a lot of friction, a lot of energy. And then now put those hands over your eyes. Remember, our eyes are the windows to our soul. Now you can open your eyes and you can feel that energy coming through your palms into your eyes, restoring all that energy in you. And then when you're ready, you can put your hands down. So I had the craziest thing just pop up into my head, actually. Here we are, summer solstice. Summer solstice and solar eclipse, and it's Father's Day. And according to Kabbalah, the mother or the female is the moon, and the sun is the father. And here we are with Cancer. The moon is in Cancer, and the moon controls the sign of Cancer. So it's the new moon of Cancer, solar eclipse. So you have, and it's Father's Day, right? The grandfather. So here you have both of these energies all combining as one. So I feel like we have this incredible support from the universe. Like I just got this overwhelming feeling that the universe and the creator is saying, hey, look, You are an incredible being. You are an incredible being. You are supported and you're protected by this mother and father energy today. So, when you have some drama in your life, you can always run to your mother and father. We could at one point. I know not all of us have that blessing right now, but imagine that you have that support from the universe. You have that mother and father energy from the support from the universe right now, that no matter what's happening or whatever's going on, the universe has your back. Okay? The universe has your back. So I want you guys to feel that. I also want to give an extra special shout out to my father, who is a Cancer, actually, who's amazing, amazing human, amazing father, amazing teacher, an amazing coach, and a really, really incredible human being. And I was so happy to spend Father's Day with him. I haven't spent Father's Day with him in many, 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 many years. I don't even remember the last time. And so you could say that that's a blessing of COVID. That's a blessing of the situation that we're in now, is that things change and we've got to find the silver lining, right? A lot of people are asking me intuitively, astrologically, what do I think? Do I think that there's going to be another outbreak? I am going to tell you, just wear your masks. Just wear your masks, okay? If you're out in public, just wear your masks, guys, okay? Don't get caught up in wondering if all hell is going to break loose. Don't give it energy. Just wear your mask. Take control of yourself. Watch yourself, just be aware of what you put out there, right? So interesting that this virus, the COVID, is transmitted so easily, and it comes from the mouth mostly, right? Mouth. Are we cautious of what comes out of our mouth? Meaning the words that come out of our mouth? Are we watching the words that are coming out of our mouth? So maybe pay attention to your words, pay attention to our words, pay attention to those things. Do our words hurt us or hurt others or harm others, or do they help others? So thank you guys so much for paying attention. Yeah, thanks for paying attention. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of this experience. Thank you for collectively contributing your amazing, amazing energy. I am so thankful to each and every one of you. I thank you so much. If you know of anyone who will benefit from this, who would enjoy hearing this, please let them know. Please have them share this with them. I look forward to staying in contact with you guys, staying in connection. On Tuesday, I have my series. This will be the last week of this series. Tuesday is Finishing What You Start. Finishing What You Start is Tuesdays at 11. We talk about new ways to focus and realign, how we can have more focus in our lives. And on Thursdays is my series called Embracing Empowerment, because we need to be empowered, and you deserve to be empowered. And we're looking at new ways to be empowered, different ways to be empowered. So utilize that if you would like. I would love to see you guys there. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for everything. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing month ahead. Take care of yourselves, nurture yourselves, love yourself, care for yourselves, feel good, stay cozy, and give those that you love lots of hugs. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing, amazing, amazing month.